Are you someone who's thinking about buying and selling and you want to know what's going on in the current market? In today's video, I'm going to break down what is going on in the Inland Empire, in the housing market, and what I think you should do if you're thinking about selling, if you're thinking about buying, and the best tips and tricks I have for you to take advantage of this great market. My name is Adam Schwarz. I'm a top real estate agent in Southern California. I try to make videos every single week about real estate so my clients like you can make a better decision when it comes to buying and selling homes. So today's video, I'm gonna break down the numbers, what I think you should do as a buyer and a seller going on in this crazy market. I think that's probably been the hardest thing for everyone in the industry and outside the industry, like consumers, is that we went from such a crazy seller's market that we've never seen before, and then overnight we switched into a complete buyer's market. In most markets, obviously, it matters where you live, but most markets, especially right in Southern California, we're definitely feeling the slowdown when it comes to buying and selling homes. Inland Empire, August market update, our medium home price, we saw a peak in May at $600,000. Last month in July, we saw it drop down to $570,000. So the biggest thing I'm telling my sellers right now is, even though yes, we're kind of going in this direction right now and we don't see it going back up anytime soon, is that if you sell now, even though you're not gonna get 20 offers like you did back in 2020 or early 2021, you're still gonna sell for a higher price now than you did before. And that is the most important thing to you. So if you're a seller sitting on the fence right now, you still haven't missed the boat, but we are going in that direction, so it's better to jump sooner than later. Active listings is a big thing we need to see. Obviously, active listings going up. That's why the last 2 years, we've seen such a crazy seller market. We had so much low inventory, low rates, we had so many buyers, and that's why you're getting 20 offers. Now, back in December, we were at 4,200 basically, and last month we just went over 7,000. To kind of give you an idea of what a normal market looks like, I went back to January of 2019. We had almost 17,000 houses on the market in the Inland Empire. And why that is something that we need to pay attention to is that obviously a lot of people are saying like inventory is still super low, but rates weren't as high as they are now when we were sitting at 16,000. If rates keep going up or even just stay where they're at and this active listing starts getting to 10,000, 12,000, 17,000, we're definitely gonna see prices go lower than we did before, because obviously homes are more expensive because of rates and inventory is the same. So if this number keeps going up and rates doesn't change, be prepared to go back to numbers lower than we saw back in 2019. So you're thinking about, hey, I'm a seller right now. I'm thinking about selling, what should I do? I'm hearing all these things, should I sell? Should I wait? What should I do? So I broke down, I really think there's only 4 current type of sellers right now. And these are the 4 things I think you should do based on each person. If you are someone who needs a better home, say your home is too small, say you hate your home, say it's a 2-story, you need a single story, it's too big, it's too small, whatever, sell now, because prices are still high and you're still gonna get more money than you will if you wait. And we're seeing a slowdown in the other market, so you can actually get a home that you really, really want. The funny part about it, if you were a contingent buyer the last few years, you actually were very difficult to buy a house. You didn't have too many options because sellers would just go with, 20% down, no contingencies. So really the last 2 years, you weren't able to sell and buy your house. That's why there's a lot of programs there where you could buy first and then sell later. And then the other thing is that you have to realize is that a lot of people did not notice this, but people who bought homes in the last few years, I think it's 78% of them aren't happy with the house they bought because things were moving so quickly and they had to overbid and buy houses they didn't want because they needed to get into the market, or they felt like they needed to, that they were able to not buy the house they really wanted. They just bought a house because they wanted to buy a house. So if you're that someone, you have had equity go up. Yes, rates are a little bit higher than you have right now, but remember that, you can always refi in the future. So if you're someone who needs a better house, or you hate your house, or your house needs to change, you should sell and buy right now. Second thing is say job. Like obviously we're going into a recession. We've technically already hit one. So if you're someone who's in a career where the recession might be affected and you might be losing your job and things like that, then you should sell your home right now. Take your equity, go rent, be into a position where you still have a job and you can put all that money into your account. Second thing is, here's someone thinking about retiring in a few years. We actually have a client who's listing their house this week that they're gonna retire next year, but they're like, hey, listen, we know prices are high right now. We know they're gonna be going down, so we'd rather sell our house, rent for a year, and then when we retire in a year, they'll be moving off to the Midwest where they already have another house. The third person is an investor, someone who's really looking to take their real estate portfolio and take it to the next level. Say you're someone who owns a house and you've always wanted to get into investing. A great thing for you to do right now now would be to sell your house with all your equity and then possibly go buy 2 other houses, because right now rents are still going up, houses sitting on the market. So sell your house, take your equity and buy 2 different houses, live in one, cash flow the other one. And then the fourth person is the person that lives in their dream home. The person who lives in your dream home, you love your house, it fits your needs, you're not looking at selling it anytime soon, don't sell your house. Who cares what prices are at or where prices are going? If you love your house, stay in your house. All right, now we're gonna go down to buyers, right? So if you're a buyer right now and you have to buy, you're someone that, you wanna live in a house, it's your dream home, you have a family, you have a baby on the way, something like that, and you have to buy, this is what my advice for you would be if you're needing to buy currently right now. Go find 3 houses that have been on the market for 2 weeks, and if you like all 3 houses, go, and they're all sitting on the market, write low offers on all of them. So this one's 600, write 25 below, 550, write 30 below, and then 500,000, write 20 below. Reason why it kind of goes down like that is obviously the lower you go, especially in Riverside County, is that, obviously there's more people are gonna bid up, you have less room. It's always crazy when I hear people like, oh, $100,000 price drop on a house. Well, the house is worth 2.4 million, so $100,000 is not as much as if it would be on a price like this. And just realize it all comes down to the sellers needing to sell. We actually have a house right now in Orange Crest listed at 600. Someone came in, wanted to write an offer for 530, and I just told the buyer, say, listen, if we drop the house down to 530, we'd get multiple offers. So when you do such a big price drop, the sellers can't really get their head wrapped around it. So it's better to grab a price drop. That's why it's really important to work with a good agent that is close enough for the seller to take it, but not close enough for the seller to say no, drop down their price and get another offer. The other thing would be is writing an offer. If monthly payment's too high for you, writing an offer, getting a credit from the seller and buying down your rate with that, like our 3-2-1 program. If you want more information about that, please send me a message. All right, so that's someone that needs to buy right now. But say you're someone that can wait and you're thinking about waiting, you're trying to time the market. First off, there's no way to time the market, but here's a few tips that I would have if you're trying to time the market. Number 1, save as much money as possible. If rates keep going up and you have more money, you're not loaning as much money, so the rate doesn't affect you as much. 2, work on your credit. If you have bad credit, then your rates are going to be higher than it was before than a good credit. So if your credit's not as great, make sure you're working on working on your credit to get a better interest rate. Then the third thing is have an agent and a loan officer you're currently working with. A lot of people feel like, oh, I need to call me right before they're ready to buy or ready to sell. If you're someone who's like, hey, listen, Adam, I watched your video, I want to buy in the next 6 months, or I want to buy when prices are a little bit lower, I want to get a deal, I want to wait until the market, coming to me and being like, hey, what should I do? And my advice would be like, let's get you pre-qualified right now so we know where you stand, and then let me know what you're looking for, and then we'll just keep an eye out for you. And then when that perfect house comes up, going back to sellers, when your dream house comes up, wherever the market's at, let's jump on that house. Or when I start seeing the market going the other way, then we say, hey, we've reached the bottom, it's time for you to jump in, prices are not gonna go any lower, we need to get you a house right now. So knowing the game plan is the best part, but it's really important to be working with a top loan officer and a top agent who looks at the markets every day, so they can actually advise you the game plan that you're wanting to work with and not just guessing. So here's the breakdown if you're thinking about buying and selling this current market. Hopefully this video helps you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and until next time, peace.